Now, when I say the worst Star Wars character, I don't mean the most inconsequential or useless. I don't mean the baddest of the bads. I'm talking about characters that are objectively bad. I mean, they just suck. If you threw these characters, this character type, into any other story, they would also be bad. This is objective criticism. Biased, objective criticism. Hi lovelies, good to have you back, and welcome to the top 10 reasons why Sabine Wren is the third worst Star Wars character. Now, I know this might seem like a bit of a hot take. I know there's quite a few Sabine Wren fans out there. I'm not saying that you have to hate her. I'm just saying she's a bad character, and I personally do hate her. And I can guarantee you by the end of this video, you might not hate her, but you're gonna understand where I'm coming from, and you might even agree. Starting off with number 10. She stole the last name Wren. It's really just a big deal to me. I just was really upset that I went to give a character that I really love the last name Wren, and then I googled it, because I always Google every name I give any character ever to make sure it's not like a bad word in a different language, or that there's not some iconic character that already has the name or a similar name. And I googled it, and I found out that my least favorite Star Wars character has the same last name. I'm not upset. I'm still using the last name. I'm reclaiming it. We're gonna wash away this terrible reputation that it has developed, and we're gonna give it a brand new, clean, shiny reputation.
There are alternatives to killing.
Number 9. Sabine loves to pull the whole, oh, you thought? Oh, you really thought I was gonna do that? Oh my god. Multiple times she does this. Let me give you an example. In the episode The Protector of Concord Dawn, Sabine and Hera go on a mission, and Hera ends up getting injured, like severely injured. So the entire episode, she's like, I hate them, I'm gonna get revenge.
I'm so sorry, Hera. They're going to answer for this.
That doesn't work out, then you get to blow up their fighters.
Not just the ships. Rao has to pay for what he did to Hera. I came here to settle a score.
Call out your opponent for combat to the death.
I call out you, Fen Rao. You're gonna pay for what you did to Hera.
And Kanan's trying to talk her down like, no, we're not gonna kill anyone because we don't kill people.
Sabine, you do this. You're no better than him.
And then we get to the end of the episode where she finally has her chance to get her revenge, and, you know, she doesn't kill them.
We're not at war with the Protectors. There was no need to take their lives if we didn't have to.
She's like, you really thought I was going to kill them? Why would I do that? I don't know. Maybe because you were talking the entire episode about how you wanted revenge and how you wanted to kill them. I don't know. Maybe that's why we thought you were going to kill them. Maybe it's because you kept saying, hey, I want to kill them. It's annoying. It's annoying because I was like, you know what? I don't even like this girl, but I'm here for this villain arc. I'm here for her to like do something with her life, be interesting. And she does it multiple times, but that's the one that really got under my skin. Like, you really sat here this entire episode being like, I want revenge. And then you have the audacity to look me in the eyes and be like, why would you think I wanted revenge? Girl, please. She's a disappointment. Number 8. She joined the Empire. Now, I'm not saying that that's an unforgivable offense. I'm just saying it's crazy that as a Mandalorian, she joined the... Now, this whole show has a problem with Mandalorians joining the Empire. I don't know why they're doing that. I feel like any true Mandalorian with any Mandalorian pride would never. Like, they're all like, oh, well, they said they'd wipe us out. Girls, you're Mandalorian. Girl, you're Mandalorian.
Who's in charge here, the Empire or Mandalore?
I don't remember a single Mandalorian ever who was worried about being wiped out. If someone's threatening to wipe them out, they're gonna go wipe them out. They're gonna fight to their last breath. They're not gonna surrender. I've never seen a Mandalorian surrender, so that's number one. Number two, she went and joined them. She's like, yeah, this sounds great. I'm gonna be a cadet. I'm gonna abandon the armor and the culture and all of that goes with it for this other armor, and I'm gonna fight for them. The people enslaving, sure, yeah, sure. Okay, we'll give her that. And she realizes, oh, they're bad. So what does she do? She becomes a bounty hunter whose goal is to join the Black Sun.
They're a crime syndicate, hardly a force to rally with.
If you're not familiar with Star Wars lore, the Black Sun is just this really, really terrible syndicate. They're less evil than Sith, but they're more evil than one would call like a bounty hunter or something. Bounty hunters are more morally gray in my book. Only slightly worse than the Empire, one might say. Only slightly worse because they just don't have the number of the Empire. If they had the numbers, they would be the Empire. And her explanation is, oh, I was younger then, I didn't know better. Girl, you weren't that young. You weren't like an 8-year-old and the Black Sun were offering you candy. You had to actively search them out to try to join their very exclusive criminal organization group. And they're not necessarily against the Empire. The Empire doesn't really care that they're there. So, I'm not saying you need to drop out and be a rebel right away. I'm just saying most people aren't like, oh, these guys are killing people, they're taking over planets, they're being generally bad guys. I think I'm gonna leave because I don't like what they're doing. Oh my god, are these guys doing the same thing? Oh my god, I think I'm gonna join them. I think I'm gonna join them. Are we serious? Are we being dead serious right now?
How can you wear that armor, Tristan? How could you join them?
You shouldn't have come back, Sabine.
Number 7 is the fact that she created the weapon known as the Duchess. Now, while she was working for the Empire in their little cadet program, she was asked to help with a weapon they were developing to use against Mandalorians specifically, to turn their armor against them. Essentially, how the weapon works is it targets the special metal inside the Mandalorian armor that the Mandalorian armor is made of, and it superheats it, and it just burns to a crisp anyone who's inside it. Now, obviously, if you know anything about Mandalorians, you know they're very proud of their armor. They're never going to give that up. It's important to their culture and to them as a person and to their pride. It's what makes a Mandalorian a Mandalorian. So targeting this armor is very smart, also very evil. So she's asked to do this, and most people, when they hear that someone's developing a weapon to use against their own people, are like, I don't really want to do that. Like, it sounds kind of bad. It sounds kind of evil. It sounds like it might kill my family if you decided to use it. So I'm not gonna help you. Or at the very least, they'll help, but they'll sabotage it, right? Because it's gonna get made either way. So at least you can sabotage it. No. She's like, yeah, it sounds like a great challenge. It sounds like a great way to challenge myself. I'm gonna build this weapon. I'm gonna build a weapon to specifically target and kill my own people. And everyone just brushes this over. Everyone in the show is like, oh, you made a mistake. Oh, it was a long time ago, you made a mistake. Like, it's a pretty big mistake. That's like a gargantuan mistake. That's not like, oh, well, I told someone's secret, or, I dated the wrong guy in high school, it's just a bad influence, or, it's like, girl, the Empire wasn't even like hiding what they were doing. They were like, we want to kill you. And she's like, okay, let me help you. And they're like, great, that's perfect. I don't even know why they asked her. I don't know why they asked her, because as far as I'm aware, she is not like particularly mechanically inclined, like, and she's not an engineer. She can fix a ship and like a few droids and whatever, but she's not an engineer. And she isn't a biochemist, and she doesn't even have her armor with her. So what I refuse to believe that she has some sort of inside knowledge as to how Beskar functions under certain pressures or chemicals or vibration. Like, I refuse to believe she has that knowledge just because she has Mandalorian armor. You're telling me that she's smart enough to develop a weapon to specifically target Mandalorian armor, the Beskar in Mandalorian armor, to incinerate the people inside? You're telling me she knows how to do that, but she didn't think that maybe making a weapon to kill her own people was a bad thing? That's not even like book smarts versus street smarts. That's just stupid. That there's no smarts involved there. And it's not like she's like scientifically minded either. She's not like, oh my god, I'm an evil scientist and I know these experiments aren't necessarily humane, but like, at least we're making discoveries, you know, at least we're making the next atomic bomb or something. She's not like that. She's an artsy fartsy type of girl. She studied arts and humanities. Where's the humanities? I don't understand.
Fulcrum's intel is on a need-to-know basis.
I need to know more.
Moving on to number 6. She is a whiny baby. You may think I'm exaggerating. I do tend to do that sometimes. But let me direct your attention to a specific episode, in the episode Out of Darkness, when Hera is talking about her contact Fulcrum, and Sabine overhears, and she's like, why do you trust this Fulcrum? Why do you trust them more than you trust me? Why don't I get to know about Fulcrum? Why don't I get to know this? Why don't I get to know that? It feels like you don't trust me. And Hera's like, it's not that I don't trust you, but like, some things aren't your business.
We trust you, Sabine. We just can't tell you everything.
And she gets all bent out of shape, and she's like, I can't believe that you don't trust me. You know, back when I worked for the Empire.
You know what happened when I was a cadet. I trusted the Empire, followed its orders blindly.
Like, I'm sorry. Maybe they don't trust you. No offense. I know in the end they resolve it, and they're like, oh no, we trust you. Maybe we don't trust you. Weren't you the one who made a weapon to kill your own people? Weren't you the one who wanted to join the Black Sun afterwards? Weren't you? Was that you? That was you, wasn't it? Maybe you're not trustworthy. Have you ever considered that? Anyway, she spends the whole episode pouting about it, and it's like, girl, just stop. Just stop. And obviously this is not the only episode where she spends the entire time just moping or pouting or complaining. She thinks the world is about her. She thinks everything's about her. She really just needs to take a step back and realize, you know, it's not about you. It's not.
I need to know.
You already know exactly what you need to know and no more.
I get it. It's tough. This is a tough world we live in. There's a whole war going on. You have been abandoned by your family for multiple reasons. And like, things just haven't gone your way. I get it. But have you ever considered that there's a common denominator?
Oh, good. Anyone else have an opinion they want to share?
That was too mean. I didn't mean it. Sabine Wren, if you're out there, I would like to formally apologize and retract that last statement. But not the rest of them.
So, how about teaching me some of those high-flying moves?
You fly my ship?
Reason number 5 is the fact that she's still around. She still keeps showing up. Why was she in Ahsoka? Why was the show about her? I didn't watch it. I watched that for Ahsoka. I didn't want
We need to talk.
Reason number 4. She is a whiny baby. No, you haven't gone back in the video. Yes, this is point number 4 and 6, because I mentioned she does it multiple times. The episode that really gets me, okay, the other episode, yeah, that was annoying. This episode, oh my god. In the episode Trials of the Darksaber, she gets the legendary Mandalorian Darksaber, and she is asked to train with it so that she can potentially be the next leader of the Mandalorians, or at least be able to rally them so that they aren't all separated, fighting their own battles, fighting each other, fighting the Empire, like, whatever.
You're crazy. Kanan, tell him he's crazy.
Consider what he has to say.
What?
So she eventually agrees, and Kanan and Ezra start helping to train her to use this new Darksaber. And the entire time, she's just mad about it. She's like, ugh, I can't believe you're making me train with like this practice weapon so that I don't injure myself. Ugh, I can't believe you're making me do these drills. Ugh, I can't believe you're teaching me form and stance and making me use patience and like build up my skills. Girl, I already know how to fight. And everyone's like, oh, well, you didn't do this with Ezra. Yeah, he kind of sucked when he taught Ezra. No offense. He was kind of the worst. And I understand it's partially not his fault, but also Hera is like, oh, just let her use the real one. Just let her do it. No. Every Jedi knows you start with the basics and you work your way up. You don't start big and bold. We saw Ahsoka's whole training arc. We know. And her training arc that we saw was after the previous training arc of her being a youngling, where she was still training and learning for years. I'm not saying it needed to take years for Sabine to train. I'm just saying all she needed to do was have a little dedication, a little hard work, and just like work through it. Just like do the work so that you can become the best version of yourself that you can be. This is a really cool gift you've been given. This is a really cool opportunity. And you're over here complaining? You're complaining. Like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you don't want to do it, genuinely do not do it. But she claims she wants to do it. Are you serious? And so she gets over this little training arc, right? Eventually they give in and they just hand her the lightsaber and let her fight with it. And she's still not very good, but whatever. And they do that whole training arc, and then literally a few episodes later, she goes and she like meets up with her family, and they're not real jazzed that she's there, but whatever. She spars with her brother, and guess who beats her? Her brother beats her in their little sparring match, which is weird because she's supposed to learn how to fight so that if she needed to, she could defend her honor and defend the Darksaber should she be challenged. But her brother defeated her. So if this had been a duel for that Darksaber, she would have lost. Which tells me that she didn't actually learn what she needed to learn. So why did we do that? Why did I watch a whole episode of her complaining and getting upset when she didn't get it right away if she isn't even going to improve or get better or utilize the skills that we spent a whole episode about her? Do you understand how frustrating this is? It's not that I hate Sabine as a concept, her character as a concept. I think it's a good concept. I think that her potential character arc that they're kind of trying to give her, I think it's a good one. I'm not upset that she exists as a character. I'm upset that they made her so incredibly irritating to watch. She is not a fun character to follow. She is not someone who I enjoy when she is on the screen. And it doesn't have to be that way. They could have made her either a more antagonistic character, not necessarily like evil or whatever, but like if she's going to be that, then just make her that and stop pretending that she's not that. They just didn't commit. Her character is so consistently wishy-washy. It's frustrating to watch. It really truly is. It's not even a good dislike. It's not even like, oh my god, I hate this character. Like, I hate this character. It's so well written. It's like, what is she doing or thinking at any point? They want to make her out to be this clever, smart, independent character, but she makes the wrong decision every single time, which leads me to number 3, which is them trying to force her to be a Jedi in Ahsoka. Why are we doing that to her? This is the only point where I will defend her, because why are we doing that to her? Literally in the show, they admit that she doesn't have like a force ability. Or she does, but it's like so small.
I've known many Padawans over the centuries. Your aptitude for the Force would fall short of them all.
And that makes it so difficult for her to do like the Jedi thing. So why are we forcing her to be a Jedi? Why are we dangling this carrot over her head, being like, oh jump, oh jump, oh jump, when she clearly can't reach it? That's cruel. That's mean. That's absurd. Why are we doing that? And to make matters worse, she gave up on that too. She gave up on her Darksaber training. She gave up on the Jedi training. And, you know, in the show, they're like, oh, well, Ahsoka gave up on her. Girl, I would too.
I can't train if Ahsoka doesn't want to teach me.
That is an excuse, and a poor one.
On top of the fact that she could have done the Darksaber training. She could have completed that. She could have become absolutely, positively awesome. And she just didn't want to put in the work. She couldn't have become like this awesome crazy Jedi because she just doesn't have that ability, and that's okay. Not everyone does. That's why there was this special group of people who had like this incredible amount of midichlorians, and then they're trying to force her to be something that she isn't able to do, and I don't even know if she wants to do it. I genuinely could not tell you if she wants to do it. She definitely doesn't want to put in the work for it. No offense. This is the only time you'll hear me say like poor girl, because genuinely, why? She could have been an awesome Mandalorian, and we're trying to force.
Can I take this?
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Why?
This isn't just about finding Ezra. It's about preventing another war.
You think I don't know that?
The map stays here.
Sabine, you're going to want to hear.
Number 2, we're sticking with Ahsoka for a moment, is the fact that she can't follow orders. Ahsoka will say, do this or don't do that. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to make sure doesn't happen. And consistently, every time, she does the opposite. She does the opposite. She costs them so much because she just can't do what she's told. I understand she doesn't want to follow orders blindly. That's fine. Ahsoka tells her why we don't want to do things. She's not asking her to follow orders blindly. She's telling her, this is why we're doing what we're doing. This is why we're not doing what we're doing. And yet this girl still is like, let me do the exact opposite. And then the exact thing Ahsoka said would happen happens. And we're still supposed to root for her. We're still supposed to root for this girl. We're still supposed to be like, yeah, I want her to succeed. I don't want her to succeed. She can't succeed, apparently, because every time she has what she needs right in the palm of her hands, she's just I truly do not understand what I'm supposed to appreciate about her. She can't do anything. Apparently she's not that great of a Mandalorian. She's like average at best. She's a terrible Jedi. She's a terrible general because she can't follow orders or complete tasks or missions. And she's a terrible friend. And she's stupid. I don't mean to use the S word lightly, but there are some things that are like, let me connect some dots. 2 + 2 = 4. And she's like, 2 + 2 equals, let me ruin everyone's day. It's just so frustrating. And again, it's not a fun frustration. It's not like, ooh, she's so evil, or ooh, she's so intriguing. Oh, she's so morally gray. What's she gonna do? It's just like, why am I watching this? Why am I watching her screw everything up for everyone consistently? And then everyone's always making excuses for her. Everyone's in the universe is always making excuses for her. No!
I trusted the Empire, followed its orders blindly.
And finally, the number 1 reason why Sabine Wren is the 3rd worst Star Wars character. She created the Duchess. I don't think you understand how, like, absurd and ridiculous and terrible that is. She created a weapon to specifically kill her own people. There are episodes, okay, later when we go to see her family, when she's like, oh my god, don't shoot them because they might be my family. Oh my god, don't shoot them.
Now remember, I could be related to these guys.
I'll play nice.
Ezra!
What? They shot first, Sabine.
Girl, you created an entire weapon to kill them already. You're the one they should be worrying about. And she's like, oh, well, I was younger, and I just didn't know. Like, I didn't know they were gonna use it. What do you mean you didn't know they were gonna use it? What do you mean you didn't know they were gonna... What did you think they were building the weapon for? What did you think they were gonna do with it? Did you think they were gonna, like, have it bronzed, stick it in a museum, just admire it from afar? What did you think they were gonna do with it? Riddle me that. Riddle me that. What did you think that they were gonna... Oh, can you build a gun for me? Oh, sure, let me build a gun for you. Oh my god, thank you so much. Bang, bang. Oh my god, you killed people with that gun. Yeah. I can't believe it. This is all my fault. Yeah. Yeah, it is your fault. I don't know why everyone brushes over it, like everyone in the universe. It's like, oh, this is terrible that you did that. We're so angry at you. Actually, you're right. It happened a long time ago when you were a kid.
You're a Mandalorian. Why would you create such an abomination?
I understand your anger, but Sabine is right. She knows the most about this weapon and how to destroy it. We need her.
That she was a kid. If you're asked to make a weapon of mass destruction and you do that, you can't be surprised when it causes mass destruction.
I was young. It was a challenge and I was arrogant. But when I realized the Empire actually planned to use it,
I was just naive. No, you weren't naive. You cannot convince me that she didn't know, that she didn't think they were going to use it. I just can't get past it. Her whole backstory feels like a Wattpad fanfiction of a self-insert character where they're just making things up so that it's really dramatic, so that you're like, oh my god, she has this terrible, horrible backstory. Oh, and this happened. Oh, and this happened. Oh, and this happened. Oh, and this happened. And that's why she acts like this sometimes. It's okay for Wattpad because those type of stories are normally people's first or second stories. They're just learning how to write. They're just learning how to create characters, and sometimes it's fun to watch their journey and read along and find out what this ridiculous character with this ridiculous backstory is going to do next. But this isn't Wattpad. This is a multi-billion-dollar company producing absolute schlop. I know they know how to make good characters. Dave Filoni, the best thing to happen to Star Wars since George Lucas himself. But they just didn't. They specifically chose to create a character who just sucks and wanted us to care about her and root for her, and some of y'all did. If this was real life in any capacity, I cannot fathom, because she's not stupid. She's not stupid. She's not dumb. She's not unintelligent. And yet,
Chopper, I think we're done here.
there you have it. The top 10 reasons Sabine is the third worst Star Wars character. I don't have anything to say. I don't like her. I never will like her. If you like her, congrats. It just goes to show that there's someone out there for everyone. Everyone is lovable in someone's eyes, and that's fantastic. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I was just kind of yelling at the camera the entire time, so I apologize. Like and subscribe below, and I will see you next time. Bye!
I never had the talent, the abilities.
That much is true.
This poor girl. I just don't like her. I just don't like her.